What up, guys? Thank you for joining me again this week. Once again, it's Larry Williams, OAW Commander-in-Chief, and I'm here to bring you my second weekly Game of Thrones review. So, thank you for joining me again right here on Otaku Assemble Weekly. So, man, second Game of Thrones review. Now I'm just going ahead and let you guys know this right now. Bear with me, but I'm extremely nervous right now. I am a nervous wreck. I just feel like, the anticipation and expectations are really high now after my first review. So guys, bear with me. But speaking of which, I want to take this time. Oh, before I forget, happy Easter to everyone. And second, I want to do a special shout out, a really special shout out to my man AJ and his wife Natasha to congratulate them on the birth of their newborn baby boy. So, congratulations, AJ and Tasha. If y'all see this vid, congrats. And third, I want to thank all of my new viewers and all of my new subscribers to subscribing to the channel. Thanks for making my first Game of Thrones review a complete success. Thanks so much. So yeah, let's get into the episode. Okay, now, two things I want to address before I get into the episode review. Number one, I realized that I got some stuff wrong on my first vid. I apologize for that. Like I said, I'm new to the series, so I'm picking up on this stuff as I go. Matter of fact, a lot of you guys recommended, hey, check out like HBO's website because they'll give you back history and they won't spoil it, or check out this site or check out this site. And I appreciate all the advice. I appreciate all the links, everything. I just decided that for the sake of reviewing it, I'll just go ahead and pick up on things as I go. And the idea is this: if the series is a good series, if it adapted the books, it should be able to do well enough to give me all of this information within the series itself. Like, I shouldn't have to go outside the series to get all of this information. So we'll find out if by the end of the season, I'm well caught up and I know exactly what's going on and all the back history and so on and so forth. Then we know the series was successful on that part. Now, second, about the spoilers. I was only spoiled on one thing, which, like I said, we did find out in this episode that apparently Bran is still alive. He's still alive. He hasn't died yet. So that was the only thing I got spoiled on. And yes, I want to thank everybody for telling me to, hey, stay away from the comments because there's so many spoilers. And yes, I did go ahead and I took down the comment. I didn't take them down, but I turned off the comments on the first review. I might have to do the same on this one. I don't know. But yeah, okay, so let's jump into the episode. So like I said, okay, this is a good point to start off at. Bran is still alive. But right now he's kind of like in a critical condition. Like he's been asleep for what appears to be, I think they've been in Winterfell for a month now. The reason why I say that is because I think someone mentioned it in the episode that it's been like a month has passed. Not only that, the dire wolves, I believe that's how you pronounce it, dire wolves. But the dire wolves, they're not little pups anymore. Like they're bigger. So yeah. I think King Robert and his entourage have been in Winterfell for a month. That's how long Bran's been sleeping, but he's still alive. And apparently the worst that could have happened to him has passed him. So he's slowly approaching recovery. But I also heard a rumor of what will happen. Never mind. I won't get into that. But Lady Stark, she's at his bedside. She's sticking by her baby. She will not be moved from that room. Ned Stark, he's decided to go ahead and take King Robert up on his offer, and him, Sansa, and Arya are headed to King's Landing. Now, I know why Sansa's there, but why is Arya with them? I didn't even find out that she was with them until like later on in this episode. But I have to wonder, like, why is she with them? Like, why did he choose to bring her along? Is it so she could stay close to her sister? Are they like really tight and they need to be with each other? I was just kind of curious about that. Um, oh, I love this song. I realized this happened in my last review too, but man, this is an awesome fucking song. Oh yeah, now I'm in the mood. Okay, so as far as what's going on in the Stark household, okay, after King, oh, and for the record, um, I want to address the Queen right quick. The scene when she talks to Lady Stark in Bran in the room, and what she tells her about the child that she lost and how she sympathizes and prays for, for Bran. That's fucked up. For her to lie like that, like, because we know she's lying. Why? Because she wants Bran dead. When one of the opening scenes when Tyrion met up with his brother and sister and they were having breakfast and they were talking about Bran, he mentions, he's like, oh, hey, I heard he's gonna live. And they're like, oh, really? Wouldn't it be best to put him out of his misery? You don't say that for someone that clearly, if you wanted him to make it, you wouldn't say something like that. So for her to go there and do that, that's really fucked up. Like, that's real messed up. I don't like her character at all. I really don't. Okay, so um then like I said, King Robert, Ned, Sansa, Arya, they all leave for King's Landing. Now, back in Winterfell, like I said, Lady Stark, she's with Bran, and I think it's Rob, who's the eldest Stark. Um, he has this conversation with his mom where he's trying to tell her, hey, don't worry about Bran so much, he'll be all right. This is that and the other, and then someone sets off a fire. Clearly, it's a distraction. Why? Because a fucking assassin went to Bran's room to go finish him off. Like, seriously? They hired an assassin for a little boy? So Lady Stark tries to fight him off, and by the goddamn direwolf comes to the rescue. I went apeshit when I saw that. I was like, yeah, fucking right. Just for clarification purposes, so you guys know, the wolf, direwolf or normal wolf, whatever you call it, that's my favorite animal. Period. So when I saw that, I was like, yeah, that was like awesome. It was awesome. But yeah, like seriously, they sent an assassin to finish off a 10-year-old boy who might not even make it. So then after that, Lady Stark, she gathers up. I believe it was Rob. It was the I think he's like a chancellor. I'm two important figures of the household. Two like I said, I think it's a chancellor, and I forget who the other guy was. Um, but pretty much like it's just four of them. Well, including Lady Stark, it was five of them, really close knit, and she told them that she felt that she was feeling that Bran was not. He didn't fall. He was thrown from that fucking window, and she thinks the Lannesters are behind it. So she's already expecting them, especially after the letter that she received in last week's episode. She's expecting them. Not to mention when she went to the tower to check things out, she found a long strand of blonde hair, which the Lannesters, that's their trademark, blonde hair. So that's what's going on in Winterfell. Now, leading out of Winterfell is Jon Snow, who's he's leaving with his uncle to go join the Night Watch, and Tyrion has actually joined them because he wants to check out the wall. Now, I thought this was really cool because Tyrion and Jon Snow were the two characters I pointed out last week that I liked, and I felt like they were going to be major players to the story later on. The fact that they've already been grouped together this early in the story, I'm really looking forward to what happens with them, especially since I have a feeling like they're going to develop this weird ass camaraderie, because you can already see them teasing each other. Like he was, Tyrion has been called since last week's episode. He kept calling Jon Snow bastard, so Jon Snow started calling him dwarf. Like you could already see this weird type of camaraderie happening with these two characters. But Jon Snow like joining the Night Watch, like that's cool. I like it, and I'm not at all like deterred by the fact because Jon Snow is all like he's one of my favorite characters. But you know the fact that he's not involved in all the action that's going on, it's cool because I have this feeling like he's gonna go to the Night Watch and you know he's gonna become one of the big dogs there, and then he'll come back with what he learned from the Night Watch, and then he'll play like a more pivotal role. So it's kind of like he's going off to train or something like that. That's what it feels like. I'm not saying that's what's happening. I'm saying that's the feel I'm getting. Um, but it's cool, man. It feels like he's finally taking charge of his destiny now. Like oh, and another thing I want to add, Lady Stark's like comment toward Snow when he left, when he went to visit Bran, that was really harsh. But I got the feeling that that had more to do with the fact that I don't think that has anything to do with Jon himself so much as like she's pissed off at Ned because last time Ned left, he came back with a bastard son and he's leaving again. I think that's why I hope that's why she was the way she was. So, okay, what else did we see before I get to the whoa shit of the week? I think that's what I'll start calling the whoa shit of the week. Um, oh yes, the Dothrakis back with them, the Dothrakis and the the Targaryens. Okay. Apparently, so what's going on with them? I think they finally went to. I don't know if I think they're traveling, but we saw this week that the Targaryen princess, um, which I really want to get her name. It's oh man, how do you pronounce it? I think it's Daenerys. I think that's how you pronounce that. Um, it's real cool what happened with her this week because apparently she looked to one of her maids and in lessons on lovemaking. And I think I know why. I think what she's trying to do is she's trying to take control of the relationship between her and Drogo. And I think this is what she's going to try to do. I think she's going to use the sex relationship between her and Drogo as her weapon to influence him against her brother. I think that's what she's doing. Um, which I like. Because what we've perpetually seen is we have seen a character, a very young, naive character. Matter of fact, in the conversation between Ned and Robert later in the earlier in the episode, I guess at this point I'm talking about, they talked about how hey she's still a girl. Last week that's exactly what she was. She was like this old, this innocent, girl character who was pushed in. She was like pushed into the, this situation. But this week we saw like, okay, maybe she's as cunning as her brother. Like now she's kind of taking control of the situation. I like this. I like what's going on with her right now. I really like what's going on with her, and I'm really going to be paying close attention and keeping an eye on what's going on over there. So, okay, now to get to the whoa shit of the week. The whoa shit of the week comes from on the way to King's Landing. Okay, clearly we have Sansa who, she wants to wed the Robert's son, that little bastard. To hell with that kid. Fuck that fucking pompous prick. I don't even know his name. You know what? I'm not even going to look up his name. His name's not worth mentioning. He's the prince. His name is not worth mentioning. Why? Because he's a bitch. Seriously, that's what he is. He's a bitch. And I hate those type of characters. It's always these prissified prince characters, these pretty boys who, they don't amount to shit. They don't amount to shit. All they are talk and they try to throw their weight around. Like, seriously, I'm almost positive Any one of the Stark children could kick his ass. Fuck that kid. Fuck the hell with him. Can't stand this. And the fact that Sansa is so like, oh my God, over him. Like that shit. I just got done. In this week's fucking Naruto anime review talking about these type of characters. These fucking fangirl characters who fucking run after these pretty boys. I hate that shit. I can't stand that shit. Fucking hate that shit. So what winds up happening with this cat is he tries to be, oh, I'm the prince, I can do whatever the hell I want. And we see Arya and the butcher's kid, the traveling butcher or whoever he is. But a regular kid, they're playing with canes. They're playing sword fighting, and he hits Arya when she's not looking because she's distracted by her sister and the fucking prince. The prince goes all apeshit like, hey, Sansa's my bride to be, and you just hit her little sister. So he tries bullying the kid by taking out his sword. It's like the kid's playing with a fucking cane, and you pull out your sword. That's like pulling a gun on somebody with a fucking pellet gun. It's like, are you serious? And like I say, he tries throwing his weight around, and he don't amount to shit. Why? Because fucking, I think Sansa hit him. Oh, no, correction. Oh, my fault. Arya hit him, and then and her dire wolf came and damn near bit his fucking arm off. That's what his ass gets. And then fucking Arya takes his sword, throws it in the water. That's good for his little pompous ass. But then he starts crying and shit. It's like, boy, be a fucking man. Like, you're the prince of the realm? You a little bitch is what you are, man. Be a fucking man. Seriously, the fact that Tyrion at the beginning of the episode was able to smack his ass around, like I said, Tyrion's a G. But the fact that kid I know that's your uncle and all, but you just let him bitch smack you and you didn't even do anything about it. It's like, you're a little bitch. Seriously. But, okay, so then Sansa, she goes, gets him help or whatever. He's crying. And unfortunately, Arya has to get rid of her direwolf because she knows if they get a hold of the direwolf, they're going to kill her. So she gets rid of her direwolf, and then we see the trial, quote unquote, where, of course, the prince is lying about what happened. He says one thing, Arya says another. Fucking Ned's pissed because they went and grabbed his kid without telling him. He's out in the woods in the middle of the night looking for her. They didn't even tell him that they had Arya. And then Robert, he's on the throne. He's like, oh, children are children, like whatever. But and then the queen, of course, that's a little baby, so she's going to believe anything he says. Like, honestly, I'm entitling this episode why I hate the Lannesters, because they're all pompous douches. Seriously, all of them except Tyrion. I think the thing with him is the fact that he's so different, that he's learned, like, don't get me wrong, he is a prick also, but he's the smart one, and two, I think because of his circumstances, he's not full of himself. Like, he has this disconnect from the rest of them because he's so different. And I think that what makes him stand out as an individual. The rest of them, shit, they might as well be all one part of the same dick. Seriously, because they're all fucking And so yeah, they have the little trial, and pretty much nothing gets decided because Sansa, she claims like she don't know what happened. She didn't see anything, She was the one who's supposed to, and then Arya starts whooping her ass, and I was so happy because it's like, nah, that's your little sister. Like, you don't stick up for your little sister. Take this from a guy who's the middle child of 4. I have nothing but sisters. Like, we've been at each other's throats before in the past, but anybody do anything wrong towards one of my siblings and you immediately make an enemy of me, I might as well be the fucking direwolf myself. Like, I defend my sisters. Even if they're wrong, I'll still defend them first against a stranger. And you don't even stick up for your little sister. Like, what does that say about you as a person? Seriously, like, I was wondering where Rob was. I'm pretty sure if Rob was there, he'd have fucking whooped her ass. Like, what the fuck's wrong with you? That's your little sister. man, and it's kind of sad because I thought the Stark children were tighter than that, you know. That's really sad. But so yeah, so pretty much the verdict is that the prince is going to get disciplined in the way he was supposed to, which he ain't shit gonna happen to him. And Arya, she's supposed to be disciplined, but I'm pretty sure all she'll get is like a spanking or something. But yeah, because Arya let her direwolf go, and because they don't have a direwolf to blame, they're gonna go and kill Sansa's direwolf, which serves her right. Because if she would have told the truth in the first place, that might have been able to get avoided. Like for real, man. And so then Ned, he decides, well, hell, I'm gonna do it myself then. But and then at the end of the episode, the second he kills the direwolf, apparently, well, this is the way it was filmed. The second he kills the direwolf, Bran wakes up back in Winterfell. So the preview for next week episode was I think it's like Snow's initiation into the Night Watch is next week's episode, as well as let's see, I'm trying to remember what else do I remember. See, the Targaryen prince and princess. I think her brother figured out what she was trying to do, and so they're going to get into it into next episode too. Which doesn't surprise me because her brother, he's a douchebag. I fucking hate him too. But he's quick. He's quick with the wit, so it doesn't surprise me that he saw that happening. But I can't remember what's going on in King's Landing next episode. I know Ned. I think Ned has another conversation with the Queen's brother again. That pompous ass. Can't stand the Lannesters. I hate all of them. I fucking hate all of them. I hate the Lannesters. I hate the Targaryen prince. They just fucking can't stand them. Okay, so I've noticed I've already gone over freaking 20 minutes. I don't want to make this review too long. I know I kind of went into a rant also, but I mean that's good. From one episode, I can make a fucking 20-minute review from one episode. That's how much material this show delivers on, and this is a really good show. If you guys aren't watching, I know the huge Game of Thrones fandom who's joined me here on YouTube. You guys, awesome. And for anybody who's trying to get into the series, man, just pick it up. The series is good. It's real good. So that'll do it for my Game of Thrones review. I'll go ahead and I'll do my Treme season 2 first impressions after this. And guys, also keep an eye out for an update on the rant segment, because just so you guys know, I did do the rant segment this week, but not in the traditional sense that I would normally do a rant segment. It got done. It did get done, but it was a little different. So guys, keep an eye out for that. This is Larry Williams, OAW Commander in Chief. I'm going ahead. I'm signing off, and I'll catch you cats later. Peace.